Anytime I had to kiss Jennifer was pretty uncomfortable.
Who would have thought cozying up with an incredibly attractive actor would be so awkward? Filming intimate scenes for movies and TV shows are very often actors' least favorite part of production. Whether it's the crew watching as they bear it all, or the pressure to live up to fans' steamy expectations, let's take a look at the scenes that actors were uncomfortable filming.
Don't be a coward.
Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson were the faces of Twilight, and the star couple both on and off screen. But the anticipated love scene between Bella and Edward had even more pressure thanks to Twilight author Stephenie Meyer's lofty description, and Stewart was understandably frustrated. It had to be transcendent and otherworldly, inhuman, and we were like, how do we live up to that?
And I died.
You died,
inside.
turned bright red.
I died inside.
Harry Potter stars Emma Watson and Daniel Radcliffe had quite the awkward scene in Deathly Hallows Part 1. As if a passionate kiss between longtime friends wasn't enough, the intimate moment also had some additional requirements. They were like, oh, and P.S., we hope you don't mind, but we'd like you both to be topless and covered in silver paint.
Kissing Rupert, also awkward.
The awkwardness continued when Watson and actor Rupert Grint came together for Ron and Hermione's much-anticipated kiss in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. And the two childhood friends certainly felt weird about it.
It's obviously hard to put our personal history to one side, considering that we did grow up together.
While fans might look back on that scene with fondness, Rupert Grint never watches it. One take was enough.
I burn for you.
For Bridgerton leads Phoebe Dynevor and Rege-Jean there were some unique challenges when it came to their numerous love scenes, especially for Dynevor's solo scene. That was the hardest scene to shoot. You feel very vulnerable in those scenes. The actors also had to be wary of the very expensive and delicate furniture on set. Even the bed.
Could you please go easy on the bed? It's very, very old.
Young Stranger Things stars Millie Bobby Brown and Finn Wolfhard had some pretty uncomfortable first kisses.
Say it's your first kiss!
Say it! I'm your first kiss!
It was my first kiss!
Not only were there a bunch of crew and extras watching, their parents were there too. My dad watched the whole thing. My whole family was there, and it was the most awkward thing in the world. And Finn found his own kissing technique particularly cringeworthy.
I kissed her so, it looked like I was eating her. Like, I was like, ah, like that.
Fellow Stranger Things actor Sadie Sink also had a similarly awkward first kiss experience with co-star Caleb McLaughlin. Not only was the kiss not originally written in the script, the two had to do it in front of a bunch of people, both on and off camera.
Like 200 extras, and then like all of their parents, and then the whole crew, and my mom.
Euphoria's first episode introduces the on-screen couple Algee Smith and Sydney Sweeney with a pretty graphic love scene, after replacing another actor who had trouble with the material. Algee also admitted to having some trouble with it as well. It was an uncomfortable scene for me, but I had to learn how to separate myself and just be the actor.
I love you.
I love you more.
Sex Education lead actor Asa Butterfield had to perform a particularly uncomfortable set of intimate scenes all by himself. He admittedly found it very strange to reenact such a private thing in front of the whole crew. The first couple of times are awkward, and it's like, I can't believe that I'm doing this.
I like looking at her and going, oh god, I'm sorry, let's go again.
Game of Thrones stars Emilia Clarke and Kit Harington did not particularly enjoy their love scene in the season 7 finale. While the production only needed 3 shots to do the scene, that did little to lessen the discomfort. If you've known someone for 6 years, there's something unnatural and strange about doing a love scene.
It's gonna, I think kind of might be the reaction.
Nicole Kidman took to heart the harrowing experiences her character was having on the series Big Little Lies. She and co-star Alexander Skarsgård had a number of rough love scenes that at the time left her vulnerable and deeply humiliated. I remember lying on the floor in the bathroom and I just wouldn't get up in between takes.
When I first read that scene in the script, I just cried.
Mare of Easttown actors Angourie Rice and Kia McKiernan were understandably nervous for their first intimate scene together, but veteran actor Kate Winslet came to the rescue. She promised to be present for their scene and ended up hiding in the trunk of the car they were filming in so the camera wouldn't see her.
Nobody needs me.
I need you.
Yet another pair of actors that had a tough time kissing their co-star were Hunger Games leads Josh Hutcherson and Liam Hemsworth. Jennifer Lawrence would purposely eat garlic or tuna before smooching her good friend Hemsworth, while Hutcherson would often complain about slobber and dribble when it came to locking lips with her. Allison Hannigan and Jason Segel starred as the lovey-dovey couple Marshall and Lily on How I Met Your Mother, but for a while, Hannigan hated kissing her co-star because he was a big-time smoker. It's like kissing an ashtray, and he's trying to be polite by having gum or mints, but it doesn't help.
You smoke. Damn it!
Oscar winner Jennifer Lawrence makes another appearance, but this time she's the one who was uncomfortable. On the 2016 film Passengers, she had trouble getting intimate with co-star Chris Pratt, who at the time was married to actress Anna Faris. Lawrence decided to get drunk before their romantic scene, but that only made her feel guiltier.
So I called my mom. I was like, will you just tell me it's okay? It was just very vulnerable.
Another actor that hated locking lips with their co-star was Miles Teller. On the film The Spectacular Now, actor Shailene Woodley would take Chinese herbal supplements before kissing Teller. In order to get revenge, Teller would drink Gatorade to make sure their scenes were just as unbearable for her as they were for him. Actors Kristen Wiig and Jon Hamm found themselves in quite an uncomfortable position on Bridesmaids. The two friends view each other as siblings, which made their love scene in the film all the more awkward. Hamm's weird attire didn't help either. It's not a lot of fun rolling around in front of 30 or 40 crew members in a flesh-colored thong.
There was just, your butt is out there. There's the camera crew, and that's your butt.
If you've seen David Fincher's 2014 thriller Gone Girl, then it's not a stretch to buy that Neil Patrick Harris had an unpleasant experience. When it came time to do a gory love scene with actress Rosamund Pike, Harris said Fincher required them to rehearse a lot. We had to just practice that, which is awkward and weird, for hours.
When are you going on your honeymoon?
Soon, and you're not invited.
In one of the more nauseating on-set experiences, Reese Witherspoon had to make out with a very sick Robert Pattinson. During production of the film Water for Elephants, Pattinson was reportedly battling a terrible cold, making the handsome actor a nightmare to kiss. Witherspoon claimed he was sniffling and dripping snot the entire time. Gross. The iconic upside-down kissing scene from the 2002 Spider-Man movie was actually a nightmare for lead actor Tobey Maguire. He was reluctant to do it at all since he could already tell how unpleasant it was going to be. Besides dealing with having to hang upside down, he also had to put up with rainwater going up his nose.
It was torture. It makes you realize how important oxygen is.
Starring in the 2009 movie Avatar, Zoe Saldana and Sam Worthington had an awkward love scene that didn't make the final cut. Saldana claimed it was the unique approach to the film that made it so challenging. There were so many technical things that sometimes you have to keep in mind that paying attention to all those might disrupt the fluidity of how a scene is supposed to take place.
I've already chosen. But this woman must also choose me.
Did you know that film and TV productions have started making intimacy coordinators a staple on set? Their job is to guide actors through intimate scenes, just like the ones we've listed. Bridgerton's Phoebe Dynevor and Rege-Jean raved about their experience with their intimacy coordinator, who helped them through those steamy scenes that had the whole world talking.